Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Arrif, and I represent a company called School Cinema. And before I actually talk about the company, what is School Cinema, I would like to talk about why we created School Cinema in the first place. All the sessions we had from the morning, I was really amazed to see that everything talked about a human touch, everything talked about ethics and values that the children need to develop. Morning, Dr. Shroff shared 3 incidents which happened in the world, not in the world, actually in India. One was the stabbing incident in a school in Ahmedabad. One was the incident of teacher and a student, and then the second was a grade 9 girl giving birth to a child in a school toilet. These are eye openers for all of us, and I would like to build on that because I was very glad that today we don't talk about only technology. Because all the events I have attended so far, it's all focused on LMS, which is very important, obviously, because we need to have something, and I think very beautifully mentioned that it has to be an ally. It has to be something which complements or supplements what a teacher does in a class. Nothing can replace a teacher. I think that's something because we still need that human touch to actually, you see that the topic of my presentation also, when Marx defines success, who teaches children how to live? Now we push children to score higher, to compete harder, and to shine brighter on the report cards. But in the quiet corners of their lives, many are struggling and with anxiety, with loneliness, with choices they don't know how to make. And Marx may open doors, but they cannot heal a broken soul or guide a lost heart. I think that's why teaching children how to live is just as important as it is for them to actually score marks. A quick video for you, and then I'll continue my presentation from there. I think I'll have to do with the script for now. So I think one of the challenges, let me just talk about the challenges. The first, the video clipping which we had was about the increasing suicidal rates in India. 2022 statistics showed that 13,058 students committed suicide, and 2,200 of that was due to exam pressure. Now we don't have the official reports for the next 2 years, which is 23-24, but all of these cases are growing at a rate of 4% every year. And you can imagine, for a country the size of India, it may seem a small number, but then every child lost is precious, every life lost is precious, and within every day, in fact every hour, every 4 hours in a day, there's a child who's committing suicide in India. The second one is about the depression. By 23, we talk about the depression, and if you see, digital addiction has been one of the major reasons why children get into this kind of we call that, this looks like an ADHD kind of symptoms. We mentioned, some of the panelists mentioned in the morning also. They call it ADHD kind of symptoms where children actually lose focus. They have behavioral problems, and I think post-pandemic what has happened is this has become the new epidemic for us, the digital addiction. So there's nothing wrong in digital. There's nothing wrong in digitalization. There's nothing wrong in embracing technology, but I think what is important is to see how do we manage that very well. So these were some of the strategies I already shared with you. Like I told you already about the increasing suicidal rates in India, which starts at 13,000 as of 2022, increasing every year, multiple reasons. One of the reasons being the exam failures, the fear of the peer pressure and all that. And also important is the use of the substance use. You see, those are the cases which are in India, as of the last reports we had, 1.48 crore children actually are impacted with this. And the addiction to these substances such as alcohol or even smoking starts as early as 13. And this has been the case for the last many years, and there are schools which have reported these numbers. Now, the good thing is change is beginning, and like for example, Punjab has actually rolled out a drug prevention curriculum in over 3,600 schools. The idea is to see that children are made aware about that. This is actually developed with Nobel laureate Professor Abhijit Banerjee. So they show films and they do interactive sessions to help teenagers make better choices. At a national level, CBSE last month tied up with the Narcotics Control Bureau to create drug-free school environment. And this includes workshops and awareness campaigns. They will pilot in 100 schools across India. Now, the whole story is that if we are preparing children for life, would India lose so many children to suicides? Will we have children going experimenting with drugs and alcohol at the age of 13? And this tells us something that whatever we are doing in classrooms is not enough. Lots of activities are being done by the school, but academic prepare children for exams. But life tests them with failures, heartbreak, rejection, and here are children are struggling. This is one area where children need that extra support. So how do we teach life skills and values to children? And let's be honest that it's not going to be through lectures or textbooks. They need something which is more engaging, something that can compete with the Instagrams and YouTubes of today. Because this is the digital era and this is how children would like to do it. And that's why schools must adopt fresh and powerful ways to teach this subject called life, which has always been ignored, always had the back seat in the school. A lot of effort goes in. I'm not denying that because I would not want to get into that kind of a controversy, are we doing enough? But we are not doing enough. And so we need methods that can touch both the head and the heart of a child. This is exactly why we created School Cinema as a program. Right? School cinema is not another subject. It is not more homework. It's a program that uses the power of cinema and reflection to build life skills and values. And why cinema? Because stories touch hearts. I mean, we have all grown up, whether you like it or not. Cinema has a large impact on our lives, whether it's a commercial cinema or any form of cinema. It impacts our lives to a large extent. And I think there is no better medium than cinema to actually convey a message to a child or a parent or a teacher. So School Cinema program is carefully designed and it actually helps a child to relate to the issues they face in daily life. Start from bullying to peer pressure to kindness and courage and failure. At each film they reflect, discuss and share. So this is not the end of the program. It's not about reading a chapter from a textbook and then you forget that. It's about a complete program where you watch films, you reflect on that, you discuss and share, and that is how this slowly becomes a part of every child's growing up process. So we are not teaching them what to think, we are teaching them how to think, how to make choices, how to handle failures, how to build empathy, resilience and courage. I think the result is stronger children, happier children in the classrooms, and if we want our children to shine in this life, not just in exam, we just need to give them much more than the textbooks. And also when it comes to this subject, which is so very critical and so very important at this stage of life. School cinema is just one step in the direction, so I will request all of you, whenever you find time, please visit our stall to have more updates on this, more details on School Cinema as a program. Can you play the trailers in this? So these are some of the films, I mean, real action films, films about mental awareness, dealing with substance abuse, career paths, beautiful film about career options, environment, everything possible is something that we touched by our friend.
Beyond the world of math and science, there is the subject called life. dealing with failure, being safe online, standing up to peer pressure, embracing diversity. These are some of the life lessons that need to be taught to our kids in school through a medium they understand best. LXL Ideas brings to you School Cinema, a unique program that teaches lessons of life using the power of cinema. So how does it work? Each year, students watch 10 age-relevant short films, each based on value or life skill. They discuss the film and then work on activities and projects in their My Cinema book. This circle of learning is completed with exclusive films for parents and teachers. School Cinema has already reached over 1 million students across 4 countries. Its films have won 7 national awards and have featured in over 350 film festivals around the world. So come, learn with School Cinema, the subject called life.
So I think we have a problem in playing the video. So what I'll do is, whenever you're coming to the stall, I'll ask the team to give digital brochures for sharing a copy of that. So we have all the mini trailers in that. So just to highlight a few points, School Cinema, we have 150 plus films which are our own production, starting from kindergarten to grade 10. Films are not just for children, they are for parents and teachers. Parents around parenting, morning we had sessions on parenting as well. So very beautiful way to complement that what we are doing there. So teachers are teaching, 3.0, embracing technology. Parents are red building where the sun sets, which is about parental conflicts. So there are multiple and diverse topics that we have covered in our films. And we will share a catalog. Please visit our stall. It's the first one on the left side when you enter. And I think the message is very clear. Let's not just raise toppers. Let's raise children who are prepared to focus that, face that VUCA world. Morning, everybody was talking about VUCA world. Volatile, complicated, complicated and ambiguous and unpredictable. So I think that's what we need to prepare for children. It's not about just the academics. I think we need to prepare them for this subject called life. Thank you so much for your attention.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite on stage our school partner, Ms. Kasturi Kejriwal, COO from Aditya Academy Group of Schools, to felicitate sir.